Hey everyone, and welcome to my chaotic mess. If you're new here, my name is Melissa.
Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way.
Today we're going to be trying some new things from Taco Bell. I don't normally go to Taco Bell. I mean, hold on. No. I said that all wrong. I don't normally try new things at Taco Bell. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I got everything that was on the new menu. Well, not everything. I don't like Baja Blast. I didn't get any of the drinks. So I got these are steak and garlic nacho fries. I've never ever had their nacho fries, and so we're gonna try them. If you hear like fan noises, that is our mini heater. It is currently outside. When I was in my car, it said it was 41 degrees, and our heat does not work in our house. I live in Southwest Florida, so we don't normally need heaters down here. Even during our quote-unquote winter, usually winter down here, you get maybe 1 or 2 days of like 30-degree weather during the night, and then it goes up to like high 50s during the day. But I'm just telling you right now, I'm from the north, and when your house is like low 60s, 50s, it's just not a comfortable in-house situation. It's great outside weather, but inside weather, not so much. But the Floridians, the ones that have never lived anywhere but Florida, they're freezing to death. So please be mindful they did not have the same upbringing as the northern folk. They're not used to anything this cold. And so if you see them out in big puffy coats, just know that this is like Arctic weather to them. Me, I'm comfortable, so, except for in my own house. I am now that we got the heater. But anyway, let's see. I never had nacho fries. The garlic sauce smells delicious. Let's get a piece of steak as well. All right, so we got French fry. I didn't get the pico on it. I don't care for pico, so I did not get the pico. It normally has pico on it. Anyway, so oh, and it's got nacho cheese too. You can't really see the nacho cheese because of all the garlic sauce. It's not bad. It's unique. That's what I'm gonna say about it. It's unique. When I go to Taco Bell, I don't normally think French fries, so, but I mean, Del Taco sells French fries with every combo, so why not? But also when I go to like Mexican, and I do that in quotes because we all know Taco Bell is not real Mexican food. when I go to like a fast food Mexican restaurant like Del Taco, Taco Bell, I would say Taco Bueno, but no one should be eating at Taco Bueno, guys. No one. That place. Anyway, maybe it's just the ones in Oklahoma, but anyway. I don't think of French fries. So for them to have French fries like on their menu is just weird to me. These aren't bad. Like the garlic kind of mixed with the cheese is a little weird. That was a bite without steak. It might be the steak that has the weird flavor. So let me try just a piece of the steak. No, I like the steak, so maybe it's just a combo. That's weird. I don't know. Would I order this again? No. Is it worth the $5 that it costs? No. Of course, I think fast food prices are outrageous, but I think that's because I've worked as manager in most fast food restaurants and I know what they pay for the products, and inflation for resale or wholesale I know has not gone up that much, that they're charging what they charge. Granted, we didn't have nacho fries when I worked at Taco Bell, but like we've always had steak, and we could get a whole case of steak for like $5. So maybe it's up to $10 now, but even if they charge like 20 bucks for a box of steak, $5, they're still more than making up their money for the product. And granted, I know we have to look at all this as a whole, but for example, let's use McDonald's as an example. When I worked at McDonald's, you could get a case of French fries for like $2 and I think it was 30 something cents for a whole case, wholesale. Okay, and one case of fries could do about 40 large French fries. Okay, back then you could get a large fry, and I'm aging myself, but you could get a large fry for about $1.99. Now they're almost, well, at least in this area, they're over $3 for a large fry. Why? So they basically can cover, again, inflation, I know, but I doubt inflation went up so much that they had to raise the price of a large fry like $1.50, when back when I was a manager, you could basically cover the price of a case of fries with one large fry because they were $1.99 and we paid like $2.30 a case. So I'm just saying. That bite had a lot of cheese. That was a good bite. Fries I will finish because they're not going to be good reheated. But anyway, today's Saturday, and I normally don't film, I don't do nothing on Saturdays, but my husband's at work, so I decided I'm going to try Taco Bell's new stuff, and we're going to clean up the kitchen because I cooked yesterday and I didn't put the kitchen to bed last night, so we're going to clean that. I've been watching Dexter. I'm on season 5, and if you've not seen it, jump ahead like maybe 2 minutes, but because I'm about to do a spoiler, okay? So spoiler alert. Why on the earth did they have to kill Rita? I tell you what, I think Dexter was doing just fine, you know, with Rita, and now you've done, and maybe it's because Rita grounds him and Rita kind of kept him somewhat sane and somewhat accountable. I don't know how to use, but why? Like, by the way, I'm watching the original Dexter, and I'm sitting here thinking, why didn't I never watch that show before? And then I realized it was on Showtime. Back then, not everything was streamable, right? So I didn't have Showtime. I wasn't paying for that. kind of like how I never watched True Blood. I still have never watched it because it was on, I think it was on HBO or something. I didn't have that back then, and I wasn't paying for it. We bought whatever the cable company package offered that we could afford. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I was back before I knew my husband too. So, and then I lived with my parents. Could they afford it? Probably, but my dad wasn't going to pay that. My dad wasn't going to pay extra for something like that. I don't know. But I decided to watch Dexter now. It's always been on my list of things to watch, but then the newer Dexter just came out, and so I'm like, I want to watch that, so I better watch the original first. And so I thought, why not? So these aren't bad. I think definitely mixing it up to where you have like the cheese and the garlic sauce mixed together definitely is a better bite and better flavor. The garlic sauce is good. I love garlic, but it is really strong as well. So if you don't care for garlic, you're not gonna like this. Like, it's not a subtle garlic. It's very strong garlic. So this is definitely for garlic lovers. But mixing it helped. Like, it definitely tames down the garlic. You can still taste the garlic, but it's not as strong. And you probably can't see my shadow over here. He wants a bite. But it's got garlic, so. This one he can't have. This is still my monster from when I woke up. I also have a glass of water right here. So don't worry. And I'm testing out a new thing. I'll show you guys later. But anyway, I gotta finish this and I'll be right back. All right. Honestly, guys, I'm already full. Those nacho fries are definitely filling. Not what I would normally get. Normally I get the, what is it called? Loaded nachos or something like that without guacamole. And a bean burrito, no onions, is usually my normal meal. But like, if I want to get Stitch a treat, I will usually get the Nacho Bell Grande meal, and then I get the taco soft, no lettuce, and I give him the taco. So, but we have 2 more things to try, and I probably won't, I probably won't finish them, but these are the burrito dipper things. I got 1 chicken, 1 steak, and then it usually comes with, what is it, like the jalapeno sauce or the chipotle, but I got a spicy ranch and a avocado ranch. Avocado ranch is my favorite, but I got those to try dipping them in instead. And then I also just have regular mild sauce if I don't like the way either of those taste. Okay. That's interesting. They're supposed to be they are kind of together, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like these because I really didn't care for the grilled cheese burritos. I'm gonna try avocado ranch first. When I worked at Taco Bell, I know I keep going back to that. They had these bowls that, you know, had rice, lettuce, like a bunch of stuff, right? But it came with a pack. No. It came with a pack of avocado ranch dressing for the bowl, and oh my god, they still have, this is still exactly like that packet was. I love this stuff. Anyway, I don't know if this is chicken or steak, so we're gonna find out together. We're gonna dip it in the avocado ranch. It already has avocado ranch on it, so we're just adding extra. It's good. This one's the steak, which I knew I was gonna like the steak one. The chicken one, the one I'm not so sure about because it's the slow roasted chicken. Mm-mm-mm. Let's try their spicy ranch. I've never had it before. I don't normally do spicy, but I figured since it's ranch, maybe it's good. I didn't really taste anything but avocado ranch. It's loaded with avocado ranch. Yeah, it's got a little bit of kick to it. Definitely not as bad as that creamy jalapeno or chipotle or whatever it's called. That's good. Alright, let's try. Yes, I just gave him the last bite. It doesn't have anything bad on it. I'm already full, so let's try the chicken one. These are gonna go in the fridge for later. But I need to at least try the chicken one. Sounds like someone's out there. Anyway, let's open this. Someone did request that I do a breakfast mukbang, and I will. It's just gonna have to be one day when I wake up early enough to have breakfast. Normally, by time, like, not, I don't want to say wake up, because there's a lot of times I wake up and I just lay in bed, not scrolling on my phone, not doing nothing, just lay in bed and, well, try to go back to sleep, but really I'm just laying there. And then by the time I roll out of bed, it's already like 10 o'clock. So, so I will do that, but I will tell you, it's, if I go to McDonald's, which is really the only restaurant, fast food restaurant I will go to for breakfast, it's gonna be a very boring, short mukbang, because all I get is an egg McMuffin, and that's it. I don't eat a lot for breakfast, but I'll still do it. Maybe I'll do it with another video. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so let's try the chicken one. We'll dip it in the avocado ranch. I don't know what it is about this chicken that I don't care for. Like, it's okay, but like, I prefer the original chicken. And I hope they don't get rid of that chicken, because I get chicken. If I get a pizza, I get chicken on pizza. Because I don't care for the beef. The only thing I will eat the beef in is nachos. And sometimes I don't even get it in the nachos. Sometimes I get no beef. And then I add like black beans and rice, you know, other things to fill in that spot. The good thing about Taco Bell is pretty much everything is customizable. You're gonna pay for it. I really got irritated though when they started charging for red sauce, because I like to put red sauce on my nachos. It comes on the loaded nachos, but not on the Bel Grande. So I always have to pay like 30 cents. It's either 20 or 30 cents extra for red sauce. That's crazy. It used to just be free. So we're like, if you wanted to substitute beans, because I used to get bean tacos, like refried bean tacos instead of beef tacos, and I would add red sauce to them, basically a bean burrito, right? Well, now they charge for the swap, which doesn't make sense, because refried beans are cheaper than the beef, or at least they used to be. So it's not even, I shouldn't have to pay an upgrade charge for the beans when the beef costs more. Do you see what I'm saying? Anyway. Yeah. I'm full. I can't do this no more. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be bleh. Anyway, so I'll stick those there so I can put them in the fridge. Let me put some lids back on my sauce. Normally I'm just a mild sauce girl, but I might have to see if I can start getting a side of the avocado ranch with my stuff, because I love that stuff. Of course, I don't know if I would put it on a bean burrito, but you never know, right? Anyway, I'm gonna put this stuff in the fridge, throw that away, and I'm hot. I need to turn the heater off for a little while, I think, because it's warm in here. Trying to think. We have a Lightning game today. Go Bolts, 7 o'clock. They have back-to-back games. They came back last night and won. I know you guys don't care, but they came back last night and won. It was great. But usually back-to-back games, they don't do so well. So we'll see how they are tonight. I think they're playing the Flyers. I could be wrong, but I think they're playing the Flyers. I know they are coming up playing Flyers. Yesterday they played Chicago, and I think we play Chicago again next week at home. So right now we're on away games. We haven't been doing very good with away games, and it's a little disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. They're still a great team. It's just, for some reason, we haven't been doing the absolute best this year, especially on away games. And like, I'm talking like I've been a fan for years. I've only been a fan for a couple seasons now, but like, this is the first year that I get to watch all of the games, because my husband got me FanDuel. So I should stop saying my husband got me. Like, you guys are gonna start thinking that I can't get things without his permission. But he actually figured out what I can watch the games on. Is why I said my husband got me. Because I was trying to watch them on Hulu, but like almost every game is blacked out. So FanDuel is like something where I guess they don't black out any of the games. So I get to watch them all, and it's great. It's great. I don't know if my husband appreciates having to watch the games, but I personally am gonna watch them. Even if, you know, sometimes I feel like throwing something at the TV and yelling at them. It's just... Okay, so imagine it was a football game, because I know a lot of people probably watch football over hockey. I'm equivalent to a man or woman. Yep, we'll say one of my brothers, just to be fair. I'm equivalent to my brothers yelling at the TV when the Colts are losing. I'm that way with the Lightning. Like, sometimes I just ignore it. I just say, what the fuck, and move on. Sorry. I don't normally say bad words on my channel, but I try not to. Like, I've been pretty good since I've been trying to censor myself. I've been pretty good about not saying bad words. So every now and then they just come out. But to be fair, my mom used to call me a sailor because, you know, my dad's a military man. He's not a sailor, by the way. He's not in the Navy. He was not in the Navy, I should say. He was in the Army. But, and then we grew up around military people, and they just like to say bad words. And so my mom called me a sailor because I said bad words a lot. Like, it is what it is, right? Anyway, I think next we're gonna clean the kitchen. Remember, I don't know, I gotta like just sit for a minute and let this food do something, because I ate way too much. Like I told you guys, I don't normally eat this much. The fries, I could have been done after the fries. The fries were very filling. That was a lot. So maybe next time, instead of buying everything that's new on the thing, I'll just have to go. The problem with that though is that I was gonna do that for I think it was Starbucks. I was gonna do it at Christmas time, but then I ended up going to Indiana. But I was gonna try all the drinks, but I was gonna go a couple times a week and get one or two and then try them that way. But I didn't have a lot of money because it was Christmas time, so I don't know why in my mind I thought, oh yeah, you're gonna be able to taste all of the drinks. They're like $5 each for one, like depending on the size you get. I would have gotten the small, so maybe they would have been a little under $5, but I don't know. I don't normally get smalls or talls, or yeah, tall. I don't normally get that size. So I don't know how much it would be. I know for a venti frappuccino, they're about almost $7, which is a lot of money, which is why I don't go to Starbucks all the time. However, I have to reset this, hold on. I have my remote, I found it. But anyway, I used to, because when I worked for the clinic, our house was right next to a Starbucks. So I would always stop at Starbucks every morning and then go to work. And then my coworker would always be like, oh, can you get me something? I'll pay you back. And she always did pay me back, or she would buy lunch, or we always made it work, right? And I was like, sure. And then the doctor wanted me to start picking her up something. So I just became the Starbucks person. And then, so if I was ever a little bit late, I would blame it on Starbucks. Even if I woke up a little late, I didn't ever purposefully wake up late, but I became the Starbucks girl. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was actually bringing in money to our income back then, but like, I could never go to Starbucks every day now. Like, there's just no way I could do that. And then what's really baffling to me though, because you would think, oh, you're drinking Starbucks every day, you're diabetic, and you're fat. That's why. But no, I am diabetic. I'm still diabetic, but my sugars were never that bad, even drinking a Starbucks every day. And I actually lost weight when I worked at the clinic. So I don't think, that's why I'm trying to tell people, like, I don't think, yes, what you eat does have an effect on your body and stuff like that. But at the same time, I was losing weight because I was active. Whereas now, I try to be as active as I possibly can be. As you guys know, I do my very best to move around as much as I can. And on good days, I pop in Bob and Jillian and I do a workout. And I don't show that to you guys. I don't show that to the world, but that's what I do. And I've had very few good days. Like, so, because if I do a Bob and Jillian workout, I'm done the rest of the week. Just FYI. I'm done. My back is done. My body's done. I'm done. I would not be able to do anything like that the rest of the week. Like, I would barely be able to walk the rest of the week. And that's fine, but I try to do something. And like, since my doctor took me off those one pills that were causing me to gain weight, I've lost weight. Because I hate because I was getting really depressed on those pills, by the way. I don't remember what they were called, like Pio something. I'll try to, like, I have the bottle in my room, so I'll put it up on the screen, like, I'll write the name on the screen for you guys. But she was very confused at why they would even put me on that, because they normally give that to, like, diabetic patients that are under a certain weight that probably need to gain some weight, because it is known to cause weight gain. So they don't normally give it. This is what she told me anyway. They don't normally give it to heavier set patients because it will cause weight gain. Well, I told her, I said, well, yeah, I just thought my body was rejecting me or something, because, you know, I've been still doing the same things that I was when I was losing the weight. And all of a sudden, I just started gaining. I told her, I said, in January, when they gave this to me, I was down to 265, which I was down to 265. When she took me off of that medication, I was up to 320. And I was getting so depressed and really down on myself, because if you guys don't know, I started my whole weight loss journey back in 2015. It was the year I got married, and my husband proposed to me in February, and by our wedding in September, I had lost 60 pounds. I went from 350 to 290, and that was just all on the paleo, doing paleo. I was working out at the YMCA. Of course, you know, I didn't have back problems back then, so, but when I lost okay, let me explain as well. Before I lost weight, I was not diabetic, believe it or not, I had just went to the doctor not that long before we got engaged. Not diabetic. I had no issues whatsoever. The doctor said I was healthy, you know. I did have acid reflux, but I've had acid reflux since I was a child. So that's just something I've dealt with my whole life. But I had no other issues besides that. Okay, I lied. I have vertigo as well, but that's not been so bad since I've had my sinus surgery. So if you have really bad vertigo, have your doctor refer you to a ear, nose, and throat doctor and have them check your sinuses and your ears. I had tubes put in my ears, and that helped a lot too because it was able to drain out any excess fluid. I probably actually need to have tubes put in my ears again, but it's like an unnecessary surgery that I don't think our insurance would cover it, just because I am having some vertigo spells every now and then. But your sinuses will like affect that as well, because your ears, your nose, and your throat are all connected, as well as like your sinuses. So your sinuses are here, and I think here, somewhere around there. Anyway, they checked out. Mine were clogged before my sinus surgery. All of them were clogged and full. And sinus surgery, they basically went in, they sucked every sinus cavity I had out, and then she put like a little stent in my nose to kind of keep things flowing. So I guess that's the way she explained it to my husband. I was out, I don't know. But what was I saying? Anyway, I was healthy. That's what I was saying. I was healthy at 350, except for I was fat, right? I lost all that weight. I was working out, doing paleo, which is supposed to be one of the best diets for you, right? And sorry. Anyway, so one of the best diets for you, right? And we got married in 2015. 2016, we moved back to Indiana. Went to the doctor because I was not feeling well. It turns out type 2 diabetes. So within a year, I developed diabetes. And nothing, like, except for the weight loss had changed. You know, before I started paleo and working out and stuff like that, I literally, and you guys are gonna be like, this is why you're diabetic, but you'd think it would have been the year before I cut myself off. And you know what I'm about to tell you is I just stopped doing what I'm about to tell you when I decided that we're doing paleo, we're losing weight, I'm going to be skinny for my wedding, which I wasn't, but I wasn't 350 pounds either. So there's plus and minuses everywhere. But before I decided to do my lifestyle change, we lived maybe 2 blocks, if that, away from a Speedway. And I worked part-time at Michael's. You know, in the morning I'd stop at Speedway, I'd get my drink. If I had to work, I'd get my drink, I'd go to work. I'd come home, stop at Speedway, get a drink, go home. On my days off, I'd be at Speedway 3 times a day. I was getting a 44-ounce Mountain Dew, full sugar Mountain Dew, every time I stopped. And then when I decided to do my lifestyle change, I stopped drinking Mountain Dew. I started drinking water. And a year of that turned me into a diabetic, because I mean, I don't know what else could have been. So anyway, needless to say, I don't think I'm diabetic because I'm fat. I think I'm diabetic because somewhere along the weight loss train, my pancreas decided it didn't want to work right. So I don't know. That's just my take on it because, and someone said that maybe it's because I quit Mountain Dew cold turkey and like I didn't wean myself off of it, and so my pancreas was used to having to um, break down all that sugar all day, and I kind of just cut it off. So someone did suggest that. They weren't a doctor though, so I kind of just like brushed it off in a way that does make sense though, but at the same time it's like I was told that's what I needed to do to lose the weight, was to cold turkey everything, right? And honestly, don't ever do that. I've talked to many dietitians since then, and cutting yourself off from all of your vices, cold turkey, I shouldn't say all your vices, all of your food vices, because you probably should stop snorting cocaine or shooting up heroin if you're doing that. You probably should stop that. Probably not cold turkey though, actually, now that I think of it, because then your body goes through withdrawals. But if you like lower your amounts each time, so you probably should actually, why hasn't anyone suggested that? Because instead they put them in rehab to go through withdrawal. But why hasn't, I wonder if anyone's tried weaning drug addicts off, like weaning them off, like giving them smaller and smaller amounts each time until their body is just used to not having it. Has anyone done that? Please let me know. I don't do drugs, so I don't know. Never done. I'm not gonna say I've never done drugs. I tried smoking marijuana once, but does anyone even still consider that a drug? It's like legal in almost everywhere. I personally don't like it. I didn't like it when I tried it. I don't like the smell of it for sure, but to each their own is what I say. So anyway, I don't even know where we got off on. This is just going to be a chit chat. You ate with me. We tried Taco Bell things. Let me know actually what other restaurants you may want me to try. If I have them in my area, I'll be more than happy to go try them. Fast food. Let's just be honest, fast food. Because if it's a sit-down restaurant, I don't like bringing food home from sit-down restaurants and eating it, because it's those types of foods need to be eaten as fresh as possible. So, plus I was gonna order something from Bob Evans the other day because my husband said he'd stop and get me whatever. So I went on the Bob Evans site or an app, whatever, to order. And the thing I normally get at the restaurant is like $5 more on their online site. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $5 more just because I want to get it to go. No. So I did not get, and we got Taco Bell that night. I eat a lot of Taco Bell. Taco Bell is one of my favorite fast food restaurants, if you didn't know. I do love Zaxby's, but I had to take a break from Zaxby's. I was going to Zaxby's every single day, and I had to take a break from it. So Taco Bell is one of the few places I could eat every day. Just saying. But anyway, I love Mexican food. Okay, Taco Bell's not Mexican, I know that, but like Mexican food, like real authentic Mexican food, I love Mexican food. Husband, he likes quesadillas. Yeah, the Mexican restaurant sells them, but let's just be honest. That's like the most American thing you could order at a Mexican restaurant. Bless his heart. I know he's like his mom. He doesn't really like to try new things, but like, I love Mexican food. I could eat Mexican food every single day. That and Chinese food are my top favorites, for sure. Italian food and me don't really get along. I try not to eat a lot of Italian food because I have acid reflux, and everything, just about everything in Italian food has tomatoes, it seems, and tomatoes are very acidic, not very good. I know you're probably thinking everything at Taco Bell. No, but normally I don't get anything spicy at Taco Bell. I try to stay away from spice. Usually the spiciest thing I will even put on my food is the mild sauce. And mild sauce, I love mild sauce. In fact, if we ever go to Del Taco, I will be taking Taco Bell mild sauce because, not Del Taco. Yeah, Del Taco. Their sauce is disgusting. Has anyone ever been to Del Taco before and tried their mild sauce? It is absolutely disgusting. Their bean burritos, great, but it needs some sort of mild sauce, and their mild sauce is disgusting. So I'm gonna be taking Taco Bell mild sauce with me next time I go. I need to get a little thing to keep in my purse of Taco Bell mild sauce because I love Taco Bell mild sauce. I love it. Anyway, what are we even talking about? I have a dog staring at me. I have food I need to put in the fridge. I have a cat over there licking his paws. Oh man. But you guys have requested more chit-chatty videos, so this is what you get today. You're getting a try new Taco Bell items with me and listen to me talk about being fat. Oh, I never even finished my thing, did I? I've been losing weight since being off that medicine, right? So I was at 320 in January, not January. I was at 320 when she weighed me, when she took me off that medicine. And then this past January, I was down to 307. So I've lost weight, so that's good. I just need to get down to where I was and lower. Because I was feeling so great back then. Like, yeah, my back still hurt, but like, I feel like I had more energy, and I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong when I was just gaining. But the other doctor that I was seeing, this is why I switched not the only reason, but they just didn't say it. They didn't care. They didn't seem to care at all. And so I switched doctors mainly because I could not get a referral to save my life. I needed to see a rheumatologist, and because if you guys know, I went to Moffitt, which is a cancer center, a couple years ago now, and I had to see a hematologist. They did all sorts of blood work on me, and she said my inflammation markers are extremely high and recommended I see a rheumatologist. She could not refer it because the way my insurance is, a specialist can't refer to another specialist. It has to be done through your family doctor. So I went to who was my family doctor at the time. I said, Moffitt wants me to see a rheumatologist. Can you refer me? And so they wrote up a blank referral. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. But so I just ended up doing what I did with Moffitt because they gave me a blank referral for a hematologist. And I went on my insurance and looked up hematologists I could see, and they were all at Moffitt. Anyway, so I did the same thing for the rheumatologist, but every rheumatologist I called needed the doctor's office to send the referral. So I'd call them and say, hey, I got this fax number. Can you fax over a referral? I did this multiple times, and they never sent over the referrals for me. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Sorry. But I'll just change doctors and pay a copay every time, because the place I was going was free for me to go to with my insurance, because I guess the insurance company owns them or something, so it's preferred that you go to one of their facilities. But you can't get anything done at those facilities because the doctors are about worthless, right? Anyway, so I switched to Family Doctors. I have to pay a copay now, no big deal. But the first time I seen her, I told her I've been trying to get a referral for a rheumatologist because Moffitt wants me to go to a rheumatologist. And so I had to explain to her everything that had happened, that my white blood count and platelets and everything were high. And so the last doctor told me I needed to see a hematologist. So I saw a hematologist, blah, blah, blah. And so she referred me to a rheumatologist. She sent the referral in. They called me and I got an appointment. Of course, the appointment is a year out. Well, not anymore. It's next month, but it was actually not a whole year, but have I been moved out for a year? Has it been over a year? No. When did I switch to her? It might have been over a year. I don't know. Anyway. No, it's not been that long. Anyway, I don't know. It hasn't been, I haven't seen her for a year. I haven't been seeing her for a year, I think I've only been seeing her for like 8 months. July is when I made my rheumatology appointment. So it wasn't really a whole year out, but it was a long time to wait when I've already been waiting over a year. Because I saw Moffitt the July before. So literally a year later, I finally got a rheumatologist to call me and make an appointment for me. But then I have to wait until February, which is, it's fine. At least I'm getting seen, and maybe we'll find out some answers. Hopefully the test, okay. I have another story to tell you guys. I'm sorry. We're probably already at an hour, but okay. So back when we first moved back to Florida, my husband took a job, but it was at a small business, and they didn't have insurance, right? And I worked at the clinic, and she didn't have it. She doesn't do insurance either, because she's a small business, and the small businesses under a certain employee amount don't have to offer insurance to their employees. But anyway, so I, moved back knowing that I'm diabetic and I have all these other issues. I basically worked to get insurance. I paid over $300 a month for insurance that covered nothing. But that was back when you had to have insurance, or they deducted money out of your taxes or whatever. And so God, my head is hurting right here. What was I saying? Anyway, I seen a rheumatologist back then because I thought, the one doctor I saw thought I might have lupus, so sent me to see a rheumatologist. They did this blood work on me, right? When I got the bill for that, it was almost $9,000. And I called the insurance company and I said, do you not cover anything? This is outrageous. $9,000 for blood work? What? So, hopefully our current insurance, if they have to do those tests again, hopefully I don't get a bill for $9,000, because that was crazy sauce. That's a lot of money for tests. I don't know what kind of tests they all ran because it was literally just blood work. It's not like they sent me to get an MRI or and CAT scan or any x-rays. It was just blood work. Blood work. They took like 10 vials of blood from me. Maybe not that much. It just felt like a lot. But it was a lot of blood. Because she made me, after she did my blood, normally I usually just give blood. Normally I just go and get my blood work done and then leave, right? No, that lady made me sit there, drink an orange juice and some crackers, and I'm looking at her like, orange juice? I'm diabetic, please. Which, whatever. But I was like, why do I have to do this? And she's like, I took a lot of blood. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I've never donated blood before because I lived in Germany during the Mad Cow era, and I guess they just recently lifted that ban, but now I wouldn't be able to give blood because I'm anemic, so they won't take my blood. Which sucks because I have universal blood and I could help a lot of people. So I think in emergency though, in an emergency situation, they would take my blood. Like if I went in there, let's say a family member needed blood, I would go in there and be like, take mine, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, take mine, I don't care. I don't care that I'm anemic, I don't care, blah blah blah, just take my blood. You know? Hook me up to some orange juice if that's I don't mean to make jokes, but it sucks when you have, you know, good blood, you know what I'm saying? Like the universal blood that almost everyone in the world could use, and you can't even donate it. It just sucks. Anyway, alright, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. I feel like you guys got crooked. Have you been crooked this whole time? I'm sorry. But we're gonna go ahead and end this video. I have such a headache right here. I don't know why. Like, just right here in this area, I have a sudden headache. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, comment down below what restaurants or fast food restaurants you like and what you like on the menus, stuff like that. If you haven't done so already, subscribe guys. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my